What's up, guys? Archeage, Unchained, and Bellstorm. This has been the hot topic for the last couple days. It's been under maintenance for approximately 3 days now. This is insane. The reasons are that there is an auction house bug issue exploit that is only affecting Bellstorm as of now. Officially, GameAgo has stated this on the Discord. There are several deficiencies related to the incorrect auction house data, including the failure to deliver gold as a result of a completed auction. They don't go into anything else. They say that they are working on addressing the problems and issues. There's no ETA, which means they don't necessarily have a fix or don't necessarily understand what is going on yet. So they can't tell us like, oh yeah, in 6 hours we're going to be done. They had to investigate. They're still investigating. There's also rumors going around on the community, on Reddit, on Discord, that this also involved an item dupe bug, that you could potentially dupe items through the auction house and manipulate the auction house in such a way that, like I said, item duplication was possible, which is something that they're definitely looking into, because they say the team is working around the clock on these issues. We're making progress at both restoring functionality and cleaning up the incorrect data. It is imperative that the servers remain inaccessible while the restoration occurs. Some accounts took advantage of this situation and will be disciplined accordingly prior to the server being opened again. Which means people that abused this situation figured out like, hey, I can buy things for free or I can dupe items. They're going to get their items at the bare minimum deleted / gold taken away or even banned. And there's a lot of cleanup because the auction house error bug was approximately around for 1 day or so when people started noticing and sending reports in. That's a lot of mistakes and a lot of data to correct and clean up, hence why it's down. And the fact that they don't necessarily understand what went wrong and why it's only this one server that has happened. Did a player potentially crack the code and figure out something to corrupt the auction house data? If that was the case and a player did something malicious in game, why is this not happening on other servers? Why is this also only exclusive to the European Bellstrom region? These are questions that they have to be asking themselves and figuring out and trying to fix for future. They are also going to do the routine server maintenance for all the servers on Thursday. Tomorrow is the scheduled plan as of now. And on the good news is they do say that all of the arena functionality should be working at this point. No update really on the diligence coins or labor recharges. They're still working on that. The issues going on are tremendous. There's tremendous fires burning in the Archeage Unchained community and servers. There's also some issues with too many players jumping into the library and forcing the server to kind of overload. And when you're at server selection, say queue as well and say under maintenance. So there's a lot of issues that they are currently addressing. And the lack of communication is because they have no updates. They've given us an update about once every day or two on certain things. But the community wants more and more information. Unfortunately, they just don't have the information to give us. They're learning and they're rehashing old news, as you can see on their Discord here. They're giving updates. Bellstorm being offline, currently no ETA. We're still working on it, etc. Like, they're giving these updates now because that's what the community is demanding. Like, hey, we want to know what's going on. Let us know. And literally, there's nothing new for them to say that they're still working on it. They necessarily don't know what's wrong, but they are trying to fix things. And with GameAgo being a publisher and not the one in control of code and design, everything relies on XL Games, and XL Games doesn't just work on Archeage Unchained. They work on the original Archeage, they work on Russia Archeage, they work on Korea Archeage, they work on all these different regions. So yes, it does suck for the North American EU region that is having tons of issues, but XL Games has never been the greatest developer. They've always been a shitty developer with lack of knowledge of how to fix bugs and issues and poor planning and development skills. And now it's being pushed to the limits where things are just broken to hell, and they probably have no idea what to do about this issue. So people are asking for compensation, and some people, especially on other servers, are like, why in the world would you need compensation? Everyone cannot play on your server. Well, that is true, but everyone on that server is definitely losing time for their land. So when you pay taxes on land, the time it allows you to keep your land safe is approximately 2 weeks. You pay taxes, and then it goes delinquent after 1 week, and then after 2 weeks it dies and it can be destroyed. At that point, you know, that's kind of like a subscription of taxes. And so losing 3, 4, 5 days can be very detrimental to players, and especially tax reasons wise. There's also other things like, yes, no one can proceed with their gear and upgrade their gear. There's also the lack of labor regeneration. So as everyone gets capped, so it's been 3 days, every account on the server is now capped on labor. And in a competitive environment, some of these game functions like arenas are cross-server, which means that all the players on Bellstorm fight other players on other servers, and they now are at a disadvantage, albeit a few days behind. Nothing too crazy, but there definitely should be compensation, and should be compensation in form of labor, because you are missing out on labor. You need labor to pay for your taxes. Some people are going to be losing their land due to this downtime. There's nothing that you can do to actually compensate that. Unfortunately, the longer this goes on, the more land that will be destroyed, and more players will be pissed off about that. That is an unfortunate side effect that nothing can literally be done about this. Just make sure that you have your taxes up to date as soon as possible. But they do need to compensate on this, in my opinion. They do need to send out labor recharges to all the players on Bellstorm, but we've already seen that their compensation has been faulty, and they do not have a proper way to send out compensation without it being exploited or abused. So there's a lot of issues that are just busted in Archeage Unchained, and yeah, I would not want to be an employee at Gamigo and XL Games. This has just got to be a nightmare for those people over there. Anyway, that is what's going on with the server there. The good news is the arena should be working after Thursday for North America. We'll knock on wood, and hopefully we can get actual arenas and get Halsey going and things like that. So, are you on Bellstorm? Have you been affected by this? If so, I'd love to hear from you guys. What is your take? Do you think compensation should be granted? How much compensation? Should it be, 15 labor recharges? Should it be 25 labor recharges? Should it be some expansion scrolls? What would make you happy as a Bellstorm player when the servers do come back? If they come back at all, that is another issue. Maybe they cannot fix this for whatever reason, and Bellstorm just blows up and dies. That could be crazy. We are in unknown territory now. We don't know what is going on, and yeah, we don't know if they have the capability of actually just rolling back the server to a said date, and that could be a possible solution, but it doesn't look like that's what they're doing, because it sounds like they're manually restoring progress on things and cleaning things up. A rollback would be, at this point, the easiest, but they still need to actually fix the incorrect auction house data and the corrupted systems that are going on in the game. And if they cannot fix that, they cannot bring back the server. Alright guys, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you are not on Bellstorm.